Hey everyone, it's me Tina. I really just kind of wanted to reach out to you today just because I don't know, the energy today is just feeling like I really want to connect with the world today, which is good. So that's why I decided to do a video, but um there's been something on my mind lately where I kind of wanted to share uh with basically all the people that are kind of going through stuff like I am. So I'm not going, like, everybody has their own stuff, right? But my whole thing is lately, and I'm gonna not blame it on being a Capricorn, but because I'm a Capricorn, why and my every time I move, like, my laptop's gonna move because I have you kind of like high. So I'm gonna try not to move. But so I want to talk to you guys about basically, you know, my generation. So I'm 29 years old, and I just feel like, and I'm proud to say it, by the way, I'm not an ageist at all. So it's awesome to be 29. And no matter wherever you are, like, some people have their career, some people are making money, some people, everybody's at a different place right now. So for me, I'm just noticing that there are a lot of people, that I attract that are pretty creative and, but very kind of balanced with oriented. Like, everybody wants to start a business at my age, and I think that's the way to go. I mean, I'm a business major. I Back in college, I was a business major, and I think that just comes naturally to me. So that's why I kind of did that, because I didn't really actually know what I wanted to do, but I knew that the final result of my life is for me to own my own business, and that's basically what's going to happen. I just have to, slowly but surely work at it and have it, all work out. But um, what was I going to say? So yeah, so one of the things that I've kind of been thinking about lately is, there's been a lot of creative people around me, and I just feel like a lot of us, my generation, has literally grown up with like old school parents, and old school parents don't kind of, they're very used to, like, you go to school, you got to get a job, and it's very boom boom boom, like, structured. And I'm all about structure. I think structure is very healthy, but I also think that with structure, there should be like a fluidity there that really um, helps, us to flourish, right? So I was just talking with one of my friends the other day, and, we both kind of grew up with old school parents, and I was just thinking to myself, it's so interesting because we are such quality people, and like, we're so quality that, like, we know that we want to own a business, but we're kind of not, like, sure about, ourselves yet, but yet we're being kind of judged by our parents as if we're, like, not good enough, or, just kind of not. And every time and just because of the fact that we don't have, like, a job that they can be proud of, for instance, I know a lot of people are just, doing their thing right now and, like, working, like, either part-time or full-time, or, they're just working at a job, but the happiness is not there. And, I'm not blaming our parents for, the, like, for the, I don't want to say unimportance of the happiness factor. That makes no sense. But, like, basically, I don't think they prioritize the happiness factor because they kind of see it as a very dreamy thing. But to me, my happiness factor is definitely one of my priorities. So, and it's kind of what makes me even like a rebel in a sense, just because I'm literally focused on what's going to make me happy, what's going to make me happy, what's going to make me happy. And it's funny because all parents really want that for their kids, right? But, like, I think they're just kind of impatient in, waiting to see what that is, or, having to, you know, my friend said the other day, it's like we have to kind of, there's no jobs that fit us creative people, so we kind of have to create it ourselves. And it's so interesting because I'm like, that's really kind of what it is, unless you find something that you absolutely love or whatever. And so, you know so that's just definitely been on my mind, and I just wanted to basically let you know that, really, if you are like me, like, don't worry about it, because literally, what you have to do is, there's a combination of things. So the combination is to actually continuously keep doing what you love to do, right? And obviously also, self-care should be a huge priority. I'm sorry, I'm like looking at my screen, but I'm trying to get used to looking at the at the camera. But my whole thing is, so yeah, so you just have to really keep on doing what you're doing. Exercise should be a priority. And basically just obviously by doing you kind of explore more of yourself, and you don't want to really stop even working, because I mean, I, for instance, like I said, I'm a Capricorn, so I love to work, and right now I'm taking like a hiatus, but not so much. It's like I don't know, it's more of time for myself in order to create, which I'm blessed to say that I can do that. But at the same time, it's just it's healthy. So you never want to get out of, like, if you're working, I would say continuously work, and work at like a high vibration, like at a high vibrational level, like in terms of like, if you're whatever, everything needs to be done in a business. And so whether you're mopping the floors, or you're mopping down, you're wiping down, like countertops or tabletops or whatever, at work, like do it with a passion. Do it with, you're so blessed to have hands and a mind that can actually put two and two together in terms of wiping this stuff down. I mean, everything, if you think about it, is such a big deal. So my whole thing is, like, keep at what you're doing, but you can't just sit there on the couch and expect miracles to come. Like, you just have to continuously create and continuously work on yourself in order to actually help yourself, but also discover things in you that can actually help you flourish, right? So I've also noticed that since we come from like old school mentality kind of like style of being raised, I noticed that like I don't have the, like, part of the factor, like, because I can totally, if I wanted to, I can just totally go, and made that happen. But also I've noticed that, like, since, and I'm not, again, this is not blaming, but since my parents are not really of the uplifted kind, I've noticed that I'm scared to make a mistake, and just because they might even freak out even more, like they may not know how to handle it. So I don't know. So like I'm kind of like, what's the saying? I'm really bad with sayings, but like what's it called when you're kind of stuck behind a rock in a hard place or whatnot. So yeah, I call it a corner. You're like, yeah, but yeah. So basically, it's one of those things where it's just it's a challenging dynamic. It's a challenging relationship at this point. But it's doable, right? So, and also to add to that is just keep the faith, no matter what anybody says. No matter, you know that if you're something of quality, you're gonna stick to that, and you're gonna believe the shit out of it. Like, you're not gonna really, like, I don't even care. Like, sometimes, like, I have to actually be honest with you. My parents are totally they're my parents are basically the only people in my life that can tear me down so easily. Like, one shot, like one jab, and I'm freaking out for 3 days. Like, I'm like bawling, and I can't like get back to myself because I care about them a lot. I want them to be happy just as I want myself to be happy. So I feel like sometimes, like, when they shoot me down, I feel like I'm just, I don't know, I'm not making anybody happy, and I'm not happy in the situation. So like everything's all fucked up. But but yeah, but like that's been my just chugga chugga choo choo, in terms of just keep believing in yourself, because if you know you have something to offer, if you know it's cooking inside of you, like I've always had what Oprah calls, I think Oprah did say it, it's like, that there's something bigger inside of you, something bigger that wants to come out, something bigger that you're meant for. That's gonna come in due time. It's like a sure thing. You just have to really listen to your gut feeling, and also just know that you're worth it. Know, and if you don't feel that confident in what you're doing, or if you have to always kind of restart, it's okay. Just continue to build upon yourself, upon what you have, and also always make sure to like question yourself, like, why do you do you know, what do you call it? Cyclic stuff that cycles. Why do you do these things? You know, you have to ask yourself that, because sometimes that's maybe what you're supposed to be working on right now is you, in terms of answering what the question is that's like standing right there in front of you, which is, why do you keep doing the same thing over and over again expecting a different result, you know? So so just so that's basically my majority of my message today is, just keep up the good work, keep creating if you're a creator, or if you do anything that basically somebody else doesn't believe in, just keep on doing it, because that's not the goal is for you to be happy and for you to get your purpose, for you to work on your life purpose. Of course you have to make money, but it's crazy like how people are so, you have your parents that are caught up with the whole you have to make money, and then you're caught up with, well, my happiness counts and I want to be happy, and so, but you can't live off of happiness. You have to, in this world you have to have a balance of both, and you deserve both. And may your money actually I was going to say may your money and your creativity grow at the same time, which actually heard, who was it, I forgot who it was, I think it was John Asseroff. He's awesome. He was in The Secret, and he said basically that creativity is equivalent to the money that you make. And I believe that too. I believe that the amount of creativity that you have flowing through you is the amount of money that you'll basically be able to both lift off. I mean, it only makes sense because people are so interested in creativity, and we're in a world now where people are a lot more open-minded. A lot more open-minded than they once were. That's what I meant to say. So it's just basically, we're in an opportunistic age, but the thing is, we kind of, like, it's kind of a transition. Like, you have to get used to it just a little bit in order for you to, like, actually, like, work with that energy. You can't just, like, when you're, put it this way, when you're in a pool and it's a cold pool and you're a hot body, like, when you jump in, you're gonna freak out a little bit. You're gonna freak out and you're not gonna know what to do. But then, little by little, you kind of feel that temperature and you're like, okay, I got this. So that's basically where we are right now. And sometimes frustration comes up, sometimes anger comes up, sometimes whatever. I don't even know what else to say about it, but my whole thing is just keep on going. It's really, and I've noticed a lot lately, like, when it comes to that topic, like, I'm like, oh man, I wish somebody could just tell me to relax about it, and that's also one thing that, like, Oprah had said in one of her YouTube videos that I caught, was basically she was saying how, she was interviewing a whole bunch of people, and, she had asked them, like, if you were going to do things differently, what would you tell your younger self, And so many people had told her that they all said that they would tell their younger self, or their earlier self, whatever you want to call it, that basically just relax, everything's going to be okay. And literally, I just feel like I would love to put that on as my ringer or something. I think I might just do that now that I came up with that, because I just need somebody to, like, tell me, like, it's going to be okay, and you need a reminder. And if it's not going to be anybody, like, around you in your vicinity, and you're basically, see, like, I consider myself to be the most positive person out of my entire family, and sometimes it's not easy to stay at that high vibrational level. So you kind of have to do things to, like, to help you out a little bit here and there, because you can't expect other people around you to be as on your level as you are, right? So if you've been constantly working at it, it's like it just only makes sense that you're going to be at a higher level. I'm not saying that you're better than them. I'm saying that you have discovered more of yourself. And so with that comes a lot of benefits, but also with that comes a lighter load on you, So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. So good luck with life. I hope life treats you well, and I will talk to you soon. I love you. Mwah. Bye.